Here we are, guys, the last few days of 2025 as we jumpstart this week and head in to the new year. I could not be more excited to start 2026 with you guys here in just a few days. But I want to give you guys such a big shout out. We're extremely proud of you for everything that you've been able to accomplish this year. We broke so many records, pretty much every record that we've ever had. Life production, annuity, health, you name it. You guys blew it out of the park here in 2025. And I know 2026 is just going to be that much bigger with the things that are coming down the pipeline. So super excited to get into this week and get into this new year. But first, I hope all of you had an amazing Christmas, wonderful holiday with your family. I hope Santa Claus was good to you and good to your kids. And to go on today's call, I thought, what better way to jumpstart this last week going into the new year than to go back over what we were able to do as an agency. We set out, we had some big dreams, right, this year to be a blessing to other people. And we really wanted to be able to use what God's given us to be able to give back. And so we're going to recap what we were able to do as an agency this year. In terms of that, we're going to give some agents a shout out for the award nominees here. If you didn't see the pack, make sure you go check it out. It's in the announcements in WhatsApp. You'll see the leaderboard so far, who's hit the Scotland trip. You're going to see who the agent of the month was last month. Big shout out to KZ for taking that home, but make sure you go check that out. But if you've not saw that yet, I want to give a big shout out to the award nominees of 2025, because you guys set the bar high. You put yourself up there. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into this week and jump into some highlights going on here at FFA. First off, I want to give Taylor, leader of the Bomb Squad, the all-time top team in FFA, right, year to date and over the years. I think Taylor and her crew has put up the most team production out of any team here over the last few years. So big shout out to them. But big shout out to Taylor for earning the Scotland trip as her team broke over $1 million, not even including, right, this past month or two. So big shout out to her for that accomplishment. And let's talk about the award nominees for last year. So coming up, guys, you're going to get to find out who won these awards by attending the holiday party coming up here in January. Make sure you block off your schedule. You find a way to make it happen. I promise you, you're going to love that event and have a lot of fun there. But let's give a big shout out to the nominees for Agent of the Year. So as you guys know, these awards don't just go off of just AP. There's a lot that goes into these. So big shout out to Aaron, Kaylee, and Jody, the three leading agents, the leading ladies, right? Smoking the men last year, as they all climbed their way up into the top three to qualify to be nominated for Agent of the Year. So big congratulations to those three. That's such a feat out of so many agents to be in the top three is a lot of hard work and a lot of hustle. So I'm extremely proud of you guys. Let's talk about the nominees for the Rookie of the Year. All right. We've got a husband and wife duo battling each other out here with Becca and Dylan, fighting for Rookie of the Year this year, as they just jumped in to FFA and absolutely blew it away from personal production and team production. So I don't know which one of the spouses might win, might not win, or is Willie going to take home Rookie of the Year? Big shout out to Willie. He came in to FFA just on fire every single week, putting up 10K plus, or every single month putting up 10K plus net issued month. So big shout out to Willie. He really set the tone for what's possible as a new agent here at FFA. So those three, we'll see who wins it. WhatsApp, who do you guys think? Who's your votes for? All right, let's see who's getting this right for Agent of the Year, Rookie of the Year. But big shout out to those guys and girls for qualifying and being nominated for those two awards. Let's talk about the Freedom and Faith Award. This is my favorite award, guys. One of my favorite awards, because this agent, it goes to the agent who wasn't just top personal producer, top team producer, top writer, but it goes to the agent that is just the face of FFA, right? Everything they do, their persistency, their placement, their ethics, their leadership, their morals, like this is the all-in-one, right? You might as well call this the MVP award, right? The FFA award. So big shout out to these three for being nominated. We have Kirk coming in as he just had an awesome year. I think it was one of his best years yet as an agent. I know he set the bar so high with all the annuities that he turned in and got issued this year. Big shout out to Taylor. As you guys just saw what her team was able to do and her hitting that Scotland trip. She's been nominated for the FFA award this year. And then also Becky. And if you guys don't know Becky, just go in WhatsApp and wait for somebody to drop like 10 cells a day, because that's what Becky does. So all three of these agents just exemplified what we stand for as a company. They're phenomenal people, phenomenal leaders, and we would not be where we are as a company without these three. So there's the nominees for the FFA award. And then the Phoenix award, right? Think about a Phoenix, guys. What do you think about? You think about that bird rising from the ashes. That's what this award is all about. It's about the comeback agent. It's about the agent who just rose up to a new height. Maybe they took off in personal production or they took off in team production. Maybe they took off in both, right? And they just really exploded in 2025, had the most growth, the most momentum, and just set the bar high for everybody else to follow. That's what the Phoenix Award is all about. And being nominated for that one, we have Kelly, Julie, and Sam. So super proud of you guys for being nominated for that. You guys so well deserved, right? Kelly blown out of the park with team production, personal production. Julie every single day hustling, putting forth the effort, showing people what real work ethic is about. And same with Sam, hustling every day, leading her team from the front and just reaching new heights. So super proud of you guys. Hey, I'm not letting the cat out of the bag though. Nobody's going to know who wins unless you go to the holiday party. All right. So we will see you guys there and we will have these trophies awarded. But hey, check it out. It's an award just to be nominated for these things. So super, super proud of you guys for what you were able to do. And then I want to give a big shout out to KZ, Aaron, Kirk, and Paulo, and Taylor, as you guys saw so far, for locking in the Scotland trip. And then I know so many of you guys, you can see this, you got Jody, Becky, Julie, all of you guys so close to locking that in. And December's not over yet, right? We got an entire month of production that still needs to be counted for. So can't wait to tell you guys who hits that trip. Alicia and I have been doing a deep dive into that and starting planning that event. So it's going to be very, very exciting, something you guys don't want to miss. All right. So there's that, guys. Super proud of you guys. And let's talk about something that's just near and dear to our heart as a company, Freedom and Faith, right? We really wanted to change other people's lives through this company, through this opportunity. And one way we thought about doing that was being able to take what God's given us and then give back to it. All right. Not out of obligation, but just out of a desire for him to be able to work through us, right? To have this company ultimately be his. And guys, this year, I'm ending the year early on us. This year, we were able to do so much as a company. And I want to recap this with you guys because this is just a testimony to your hard work. And I want you guys, maybe you're new here at FFA, but I want you guys to see how God worked through us as a company this year. And one of the first ways we were able to do that is by donating this well to the village in Uganda through the Wells of Life Foundation. Just super, super cool event that we were able to do and we were able to donate. They actually built a well for a village that did not have water. Right, they were having to walk miles every day. The kids were just to recoup river water and different things. And now they've got a well there. There's a plaque and it has a Bible verse on that with the company name so that we could give back to God who ultimately allowed us to be able to do that for these people. So super excited, guys. That was probably like the highlight of our year, was being able to do that for them, and super excited that we were able to do that. So shout out to you guys for being able to make that happen. All of your hard work, all right, is what allows us as a company to be able to do things like this. So super proud of you guys. We were able to give back to the Shriners Foundation. This was an awesome foundation that the top agent, I believe it was Aaron, picked this one out. And she, pretty sure it was Aaron. Correct me if I'm wrong, what's that? But I'm pretty sure it was Aaron that picked this one out for pediatric care and different things. So super cool to be able to give back to that charity. And then the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Guys, this is mental health is a real thing. All right? I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with depression or anxiety or different things, but check it out. There's so many people that are, and so many people that really could just use help. And this foundation, I think, is the front running nonprofit that helps people just going through a hard time. And so I want to give Kirk a shout out. I'm pretty sure it was Kirk who picked this one, but we were able to donate to that as a company, just to be able to try to help give people the help they need. We all need help at some point in life, right? And I love this foundation and being able to be a part of it this year. So phenomenal job there. We were able to do, I think Becca picked this one out. It was Foster America. And this one was so cool. I didn't even know that this foundation existed until Becca shared it with me. But it's Foster America. And they specialize, right, in being able to use their donations and profit to be able to place kids with the right families and to help them. And I don't know if you guys have ever been a part of the court system, but it's insane in the country we live in. And unfortunately, kids get the grunt of all of that, being torn from families, placed with different families, moved here, moved there. And this foundation really seeks to make that better for kids, which what's more important than the youth, right, in our country today. So love that foundation and love being able to be a part of it this year. Mission of Hope. This is one that was really exciting, one that we've worked with. Alicia and I have worked with this one for a while. But this one, guys, is in Haiti. They've got such a cool mission of being able to build schools in Haiti and different things, but ultimately to be able to share the word of Christ in Haiti with all the people over there. So just lives are being transformed there every single day. And we're super grateful to be able to give back through that charity to help push on that mission. We had the ALS Foundation. This was a really cool one. Guys, I didn't realize this. So many people struggle with ALS and they get diagnosed with that. And it's something that you don't really hear much about, right? But it's getting more and more prevalent. And there's more and more studies being found out about what potentially causes this. And this foundation is the front runner for that, to be able to help find a cure and to be able to help people that are going through that. That was a really cool nonprofit that we were able to give back to today. And I love seeing their mission. They email me every month, different things that they're doing. And it's super just mind blowing that this organization puts all of their resources into being able to help people hopefully find a cure for this condition. So that was a really cool one this year. And then we had, I think this was the Haiti mission. Shout out to KZ for doing this through her church. They were doing a missionary trip through to go here. And it was super, super cool to be able to give back to them and their mission and what they're building over there. So just super exciting, guys. So many cool things. Here's another picture for last month, KZ winning it to Kenya and their Christmas mission, different things they had going on there. So awesome job, guys. I wanted to share that with you guys because sometimes when we're doing these calls, right, we get so caught up in sales training and techniques and business and all of that. But ultimately, our goal as a company is to be able to be a blessing to other people. And think about all of the lives that you guys were able to impact this past year through all of those different foundations that we were able to be a part of, just by your hard work, by your faith, by your hustle, by tuning in every day. So as you guys wake up today, right, it's Monday, December 29th. It's a weird week. We're between Christmas, between New Year's. You don't know if you should be on vacation or if you should be hustling to start 2026. You probably don't even know what day it is right now, right? But as you guys get started for your work day today, you're out there with a bigger purpose. We all have a bigger purpose. I do, you do, this company does. And guys, looking back on this year and all of the things we were able to be a blessing to because God's blessed us, is just a testimony to what's to come for us as a company. All right. In 2026, we've got even bigger plans. We want to do even bigger things with these foundations and additional ones. And we just want to keep growing. And guys, as you put on those boots, right? Put on your shoes, get your iPads ready, log onto those computers, make your calls every single day, do your presentations. You're serving a bigger purpose. All right. And I just couldn't be more proud of you, because I know sometimes we all just get caught up, right, in certain things that we don't actually see how God is actually working through us. And looking back at all of those things that we were able to do this year as a company, as a family, it's just mind-blowing to see how God's working through us. And I just couldn't be more proud of you guys for making that possible, right? Making it possible for us all to be able to do that, to be a blessing for other people. So guys, that's all I got for you on today's call. We're kickstarting this week. The momentum that you start with your week with today is where your momentum is going to be going into 2026. So I know what you're feeling. You're between holidays and it's like, it's a hectic time, right? But I promise you guys, every single day you wake up and you're focused on what you want to achieve come next year in just a few days, the work you put in today is what's going to make that possible for you tomorrow. So think about that as we start this week. But I want to hear from you guys in WhatsApp. How was your Christmas? What do you got planned for New Year's? If you're out there hustling today to get a jump start going into January, let's go hit it hard. Appreciate you guys for tuning in here. Let's go do big things, and we will be back here on Wednesday.